today I have a very special guest. Meghan Hayden is the owner of Plushlocks over in Perth. She's Irish. She's married to a Scouser, which I already have questions about. She landed in Australia with 2 suitcases and about $1,000 to her name. She started her career at 16. She hated school because she used to get busted for wagging. So she went and got an apprenticeship before anyone could catch her. She's worked in Dublin in the UK and trained as a barber back in Ireland, come back to Australia, built a clientele from a rented chair, pivoted into wholesale hair extensions, which all started with a gap in the market. And she's now expanded into a full salon with staff, a training academy, a private hair loss clinic, and she created something called Skalp360, which we're going to get into in depth. Might I also add, amongst all of that, she has a 9-year-old and a 7-month-old and just does it fucking all. This podcast is being recorded on Gubbi Gubbi land. We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this land, our country, and elders past and present. So Meghan, welcome to Tell Me About It.
Oh my God, that just makes me sound like I just can't take my fingers out of any of them pots.
You've just got a bit on, doll. It's great.
Oh my God, when people say that about me, I'm just like, how does anyone stop doing things?
Just before we started this, we were having a little chit chat, just confirming everything and making sure the sound was good. And I laughed because you said that you had an obsession with reflexology, and then you're like, well, I don't really have any hobbies. Business is my hobby, but also I watch a lot of telly. And I thought, reflexology and telly, great. Tell me about the reflexology, because that's a really funny one.
Well, clearly I need it from everything you've just listed. I am a serial reflexologer. Like, I just love going and getting people who ruin their feet and legs, like, all the time.
I love that.
I always go with my friend and, like, literally I'll be like, yeah, I'm just going to the shops, and then we've booked an appointment in like a spa and we're going for like reflexology for an hour. Like, it's
my God.
Now I'm out
It's actually so good for you though. I think people always naturally go towards facials or head things or head spas or massages or something like that. You're like, no, I want reflexology.
Yeah, like, it's the best. It's the only way I think I fully switch off. Definitely.
I think that's so important, not only as a business owner, but also as a mother, to find the thing that like turns your brain off and slows you down, because I could only imagine that yours inside your head looks probably quite similar to mine, which is just junk things everywhere, just stuff.
Overstimulation. Not kids in one ear, staff in the other ear, the ice is in the other ear.
No, I love it too. And I liked that you said that you're like, I just fucking love sitting down and watching telly, because you know what? Same.
Love it. I love just turning my phone off and like sitting on the couch for 2 days. I can't do it anymore. I've got a 7-month-old. But I mean, when I can, I do. But yeah, I'm a serial like TV junkie, definitely.
I love it. What's the favourite show? What's the go-to?
I'm such a weirdo. I like everything. Like, I love Avengers. I like a really good English BBC, like police crime, you know, like.
Are you watching that one on SBS at the moment?
No, I'm actually watching. No, but I will need to, because I was only thinking that. I was like, I'm watching really good at the moment.
I love it so much, but I think I'm the same. Like, it was funny, Cam and I got this big new sofa for our living room, and when we were ordering it, we're like, oh no, we need to sit on it because we're couch people. We like to sit on the couch. We like to sprawl out. We like to turn our brains off. We like to watch some trashy maths. We love the wrestling. We love action movies, and my husband's a Marvel DC nerd, like you sound like you are as well. So it's just like,
is just into all the we just love all the fantasy stuff.
Yeah, that shit about people like, oh, smart.
I'm not gonna lie, like, we've done a few marathons watching Vampire Diaries. Like,
I love that. I love it. But I think it's frustrating for me too when people are like, oh, smart people read books. It's like, well, smart people do lots of things, and no two people are the same. And I read books, and I watch TV, and I listen to podcasts, and I do all the things. Shut the fuck up. If I want to turn off and watch TV, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, exactly. I try to it all as well. And the thing is, I think sometimes you just need to. And I think sometimes I love when it gets to the winter in Perth around June time. I'm like, yes, it's them days where you can sit on the couch because you don't feel guilty.
Yeah.
Being out in the sunshine.
Yeah. I think that's so good too. It's like rugging up, cuddling up. So good.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not happening anymore with a 7-month-old. I'm like to Paul, what have we done? We got our 9-year-old into a great place. Now we're like back to running around after a little. That's working.
I mean, I love it. And you said you didn't really love school. Like, it wasn't like a hate thing. You just didn't really love it. You wagged a lot. Same sisso.
Yeah, I just didn't really enjoy it. I loved sport. I played every sport you could think of, and that was literally just new class. I really liked art, super creative.
Yes.
For everything else, I just hated fell in with the wrong crowd. Just was never there. And then literally one day it was like I had 2 diaries. If my mom and dad listen to this, they'll be like, "Oh my god, this thing." I had 2 diaries, and one I used to use as like my mom's signature, and I would sign that, and then the other one I would use my dad's signature, his real signature. So the days that I wanted my dad, like I was legitimately off, I would get my dad to sign, and then the days that I'd be going off to do my own thing, I'd just sign my mom's name on that diary. And it was all, I was getting exposed, so I had to think of something. So I was like,
I used to forge my mum's signature too to get out of school, and it was fine. I never went. I remember my teachers having a conversation with me. I think I was about 3/4 of the way through year 9 or something, and they're like, if you don't attend every single day for the rest of the year, you're going to fail because you don't come enough. And then I was like, well, if that's my cue to exit, that's it. Bye.
Well, I had been caught once before, and I'd had one of them. I had like a roll card that I had to get because he used to have a different teacher for every lesson, and I used to have to bring that and get it signed. My mum used to be like, "You're on a yellow card. This is terrible. How could you?" And I was like, and then I just started again, and then I just knew it wasn't for me. I just wasn't ready to finish. I don't think I ever did. And even we only had this conversation, me and my mother, the other day, and she was like, "Imagine you leaving school." And I was like, "Well, I've done pretty fucking well." So
do you know, I think it's really funny that too. Like the most successful friends I have in my life truly are the ones who were considered like the dumb ones, or the ones that didn't work out well at school or didn't like school. Like they're all like in trades and entrepreneurial and like doing all these fucking sick things. Opposed to my few friends that went to uni that are kind of just cruising along, like they're doing fine as well. But the ones that were doing really well are the ones that were like the misfits.
Yeah, I think I have a very different outlook for my kids' futures as well. I don't feel like I'll put that pressure on them to be like, you need to go and study, you need to, because I feel like if you've got an idea and it's good, then you can be amazing. Like you don't have to have that degree behind you anymore. It's just not the way.
100%. Do you know Cam did a uni degree in sports marketing or something? And do you think he's ever used it once? Ever? When did you know that hairdressing was for you?
I think when I started my apprentice, my first 2 years of my apprenticeship were really like crazy. Like literally after about 3 days, I was getting like thrown on the floor doing blow dries, and it was just like a real. We call it
my first week.
Yeah, we call it like the savage era. I started in I think 2005, so it was
that's when I started. Yeah, same year.
Wild. Like it was wild.
The savage era is a great name for it. It was.
It literally was. Like I was picking smoke butts off the ground outside and putting them into rubbish bags and cleaning the shelves. And if they were cleaned and you had nothing else to do, you were cleaning them again. I was going and picking up stylists' clothes, their food shop. I was bringing back stuff for it. Like I was a personal assistant. I wasn't an apprentice. Like that was.
I totally.
That was the norm.
The savage area. The savage area is the best name for it because it is so fucking accurate. I love it so much.
How you earned your spot on the pecking order. Like literally, if you went and did what they said, then they wouldn't abuse you or make you put the smoke butts off the floor.
And even sometimes they would abuse you, but you still wanted to make everybody happy. So I fucking get that too. Yeah. I love that you just like fell in love with it from there.
There was no structure, no train. They had a training academy, but it was just basically to make money off. Like they used to just charge people to come in, but like there was no structure, there was no training, it was just like watch what we do, and then you'll be able to do it. I think I was doing like the old school keratin bonds after like a year of the
the resin bonds, the ones that they basically hot glue gun to your hair. I had those too, and then I had a million little
like bullets in your head when you walk. They like clink in your head. I was doing so like I have been doing, and then when people say that, I'm like, yeah, I've been doing extensions for like 18 years. They've come a long way.
I know. I remember having them when I was an apprentice, and I had this like, because same thing back then is they just used to chop your hair off. They're like, well, you need to look like a hairdresser, and you don't. You look like a school student. Yeah. So like, let's chop your hair off. Let's color it. We're doing this, and you would just sit there and do it. And I ended up having this like mohawky, mullety bizzo. It was really cool. But then like when the sides started to grow out, then I had those extensions just to like make me into a little like concave bob. And let me tell you, those glue spots you could see everywhere. You end up with less hair than what you started with because they'd all just rip everything out. What was that?
Remember we didn't have toners. Like literally come in and say they want to go light, and they'd be like, but we'd be like, well, you just have to go through that orangey phase for a few weeks, and there you go with your bleach and 40. You smash it into their hair, send them on their way for 6 weeks, and they'd come back and their hair would literally be like cotton wool, and you would just bleach it again.
Yeah. And I think the thing with that was too, though, everyone came back every 4 or 5 weeks because their hair was so fucked. They had to.
That's it. Like, literally, we were putting bleach and 40. I remember that first salon I worked in. They were putting bleach and 40 fall on people's scalps. Like,
That's
literally.
hilarious.
They were doing straightening, chemical straightening. This is like 18 years ago, and they were mixing the solution with flour.
Oh my God. That Macarizzo real stinky shit. Yes.
I have an allergy to that. And like, they'd be like,
I still have that smell. They say that, you know, like cops and stuff will never forget the smell of a dead body. I'll never forget the smell of Macarizzo hair straightener.
Yes, it was awful. And I had a pure allergy to it. Like, I'd come up in welts and they'd just be like, yeah, well, you need to wear long sleeves
gloves. Yeah. I remember wearing cotton gloves with like almost dishwashing gloves over the top, and then I got told off for wearing them because they were pulling the client's hair, and I was like, well, make a choice, guys. Gosh, good times. Isn't it great that things have changed since then?
Ridiculous.
So you start as an apprentice, you do your apprenticeship. When did you come to Australia?
So I did my apprenticeship in Ireland, and then I had met my husband then on a dirty one-night stand in Liverpool that I met.
Oh, that's all the best love stories. We love that.
It was actually my best friend's 21st, and I went over for one day because in December you weren't allowed to have any time off. So I literally got on the flight after work at 5 o'clock on the Saturday, and we were back in work on the Monday morning, and she was like, if you're not here, she's like, I'm going to come to your house. Like, I was like, okay. So like, I couldn't miss my friend's birthday. So I literally got on the flight at 5, had the night out, and literally came back the next day and like had met him. But yeah, and then we just did long distance for a while, and then once I qualified I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna move and see what it's like. I always kind of wanted to travel and do hair in different countries.
That is one of the very beautiful things about hairdressing. It translates everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah. So I worked in England I think we were there for 2 years. I didn't work in Liverpool because he lived in a place down south called Portsmouth, so right down the south. And I lived there, and then we lived in another couple of places just with his job. And then, yeah, he was just like, I really want to go to Australia. And I'd always kind of wanted to come, but like I wasn't pushed. I actually really liked living in England. And then I just said, yeah, right, okay. And then I didn't even come home. Like, me and my mum were having this conversation again the other day. I've put that woman through hell. She literally was like, I remember you, she said, you just rang us and said, we're going to Australia, but we're not going to come home before we go. And they were going on a cruise somewhere, and she was like, well, you need to come and meet us to say goodbye.
Oh my God, so you've gone directly from Dublin to Australia?
No, I went from...
sorry, born in Dublin, moved to the UK, then from the UK to Australia. Yeah. Got you. Yeah. And so Australia's like the arse end of the world from the UK. Like, that is so far away. There's so many British people here and so many Irish people here. I love that.
But you get a working holiday visa. So you basically get a year's visa, and you can work and live in Australia for a year. And then if you do...
457?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's a sponsorship. It used to be called a 417. I'm not sure what it's called now. But this is before you needed sponsorship rent. So you come on that, and then you get your gateway into sponsorship.
Amazing. And you said you pretty much came over with like, you had a couple of suitcases, and
I had money. Like, Paul was going to kill me because I was just spending money, and he was like, we're going to Australia, and I was like, whatever. I've always been so bad with money. Like, I'm only good with money now in the last few years. Yeah, I wouldn't have been coming if it wasn't for him. He literally paid for my flight to come. I was just...
It sounded like we needed to.
And then we got here, and then I think we had about $4,000, but like we had to buy a car. So then we had like $500 left, and we were like, okay. We were staying with his family, so that was the only reason we were able to like get on our feet and stuff. But like, literally, we had no money coming. Like, imagine, what were we doing?
So funny. Do you know, it's so funny, like when you look now, like how expensive life is and everything, but also how little we used to live on back then. Like, I used to make $254 a week, and then I'd get a little bit from nightclub promoting and like promo mowing, all that shit in the background. But like, literally from that 254, like $85 was rent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like $40 of petrol, and it was just like, there was not much there.
Actually, you used to get tips, loads and loads of tips in Ireland and England. So like, I used to just live on my tips, and then like my wage,
here, and
I'll just drink my wage. That was a weekend.
Oh my God. We used to drink it, put it up our noses, fucking spend it on anything except anything of substance, like anything that we actually needed. No, didn't spend it on food or anything else.
Like, honestly, so bad.
I love that so much. So then you come to Australia. What does Hubs do? What did he do when he came here? Then boyfriend.
He's an electrician. Yeah, he's the then boyfriend. He's an electrician by trade. But you've got to get like a license swap over, and it costs thousands. So like, he's actually only doing that now. Would you believe he's done everything possibly else that he could do before having to get that license?
I love that. Yeah, it's hard over
He did
here.
paving. He did telecoms. He's done window cleaning.
I love it. Fuck it.
He actually now has a business with his brother, and they are electricians. So I'm like, well done.
That's so good. I think, my best friend's just going through her final stages of her electrical apprenticeship now, and it's insane for her, and it's so, so difficult. But I can't imagine transferring everything over here. It's just cross your T's, dot your I's, get your shit done.
Yeah. Well, I had to do it for my visa. You have to do it as a hairdresser. So you've got to go through something called vet assess. It's money.
I remember.
And basically resit, but even though my qualification is actually technically higher in Ireland than what it is here, I still had to prove I had the same skills as an Australian hairdresser. And I'm like, it's not even regulated.
I know, and I actually feel like Europe and the UK and everything train quite similarly to how we do it, have a similar standard and things like that. When you get people from the US or something like that, the standard is so different. I feel like you guys
We never got trained. If you wanted to do men's hair, like men's barbering, you didn't get that in your apprenticeship. Like, you'll find a lot of Irish hairdressers and English hairdressers, they won't be trained in men's because it's the very last thing you would learn. Where I found when I moved over here, it was like one of the first things the Aussies learned was how to cut men's hair. And I was like, this is crazy. So I actually only learned that when I was in Australia for a year, and then I actually went back because my visa was going to be up and we had messed around and I hadn't got my visa in, and my mum actually had cancer, so I decided to go back for a couple of months. And Paul was actually working on the mines at this time, and he was doing like 1 month on, 1 week off. So I was like, I might as well go home. I'm not going to see you anyway. And I actually went back and did barbering for 8 months because I was just fed up. I was like, I'm bored of hairdressing, and it was really good. Like, it was really, really good. I had such a good time doing it. But I was like,
that's a good break state. Like, that's a good, like, get me out of that environment, like different clientele, different type of work. Yeah. I loved my male clients. Every second Thursday night, I would have I was like a barbershop for 4 hours, and it was so good to have all my male clients come in. It was, it's good. So you come over to Australia, you go into a hairdressing job.
Yes. I went into a few. It definitely took me a while to find my, like, where I stayed long term. But then once I found that, I think I was there for about 5 years. They put me through my visa, which was great. So we were able to stay. And then it actually changed owners. And then I went on maternity. I moved up to like management, but bear in mind, like, I was so young, like, I probably wasn't the best manager. Like, let's be real.
Who is when they first do it? That's fine.
I was such a bitch. Anyway, all about the growth. But yeah, then I got pregnant at 26, and then I had Keon at 27, and then, like I told you, I went back to work, and then the first day back at work, I basically got took out and was like, yeah, you're not a manager anymore. You're just back on the floor.
So demoted on your first day back to work. Oh my God. Like, it's not hard enough. You're navigating life with a new baby. You're just starting back at your job. I know I hear mums all the time speak about how difficult that is, entering the workforce again after having a baby, because you want to be with your baby, but you also want to go back to work. And it's like this.
Yeah. I feel like I was a bit naive at that age. I was very young, and I definitely, my priorities compared to now, like with Keelan, I put him in daycare after 4 months because I had to go back to work because I only got 16 weeks maternity, and obviously we'd no family here, so there was nothing else I could do. But then now with Sonny, I'm like, oh my God, he's never going to daycare. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
I love it.
Once you get older, you change so much with how you feel. But I knew from then that, like, it left a bad taste in my mouth, and I thought, nah, this isn't for me. And it was a walk-in salon, so like I could be doing 20 clients a day. I could be having 5 or 6 colours on at the one time. I'd be forgetting about people. Like, we were worked to the bone in there.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. There was 20 chairs, and it was absolutely wild in there. Like, it was crazy. So I just knew, I started spending longer on my clients, like on my colours. I started trying to like figure out better ways. Like, this is when kind of like root shadows and balayages would just start. Like, how does all this work? And I was just, and they kept saying, like, you're taking too long. And I just kind of knew from then that I was I shouldn't have been there anymore. So that's when I went and rented a chair for myself.
Yeah.
In like a little beauty, like it was like a beauty salon. They did like eyebrows and makeup and stuff. And it was like posh girls, and it was actually really like it was really good for a few years. Like it felt like a real home salon. We used to do makeup, eyebrows, hair, and we were kind of probably one of the
They
first.
all did that too. That's something else in the Savage era, right? They were like one-stop shops. We were the same. We did tints, waxing, hair, everything.
Yeah, it felt more like a home salon, and the clientele was very home based, like lots of Irish, lots of English, lots of Scottish. We used to do hair makeup packages, like it was real buzzy.
Yeah.
And that's when I actually, so that's when I started getting back into, I'd been doing hair extensions the whole time, but then when I worked in that shopping centre salon, we only did like a few tapes and stuff. I was constantly begging the boss, please, 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 can we get hair extensions in? That's all I know, blah, blah, blah. And she was just having none of it. And it wasn't until I got into that renting for myself then that I thought, right, okay, I'm going to get back into the hair extensions. A couple of my clients have been like, I'd love to get hair extensions, and I wasn't going to turn them away. I'd done it for years. So that's when I started looking for hair. And I actually started using a UK brand, but it was taking like 2 weeks to get here, paying DHL. It was going pink in the sun. It just wasn't lasting in like the environment over here, like the hot climate. And that's when I started testing myself. And that's when I kind of just fell into that side of it. And yeah, and that just blew up so quick. Like it was, people were just like, oh my God, you've got hair in stock. Can I come pick it up? And they just come to the salon and like pick it up because they just couldn't believe that like they'd be able to get it straight away, you know, because they had to wait for it.
So take me through the salon ownership journey, because I think we just kind of launched into that then. So tell me how that started. You've gone from renting a chair, then what?
Yeah, so I was renting the chair, and then when I started the wholesale, I kind of realized then that like the space was too small. I needed somewhere that I actually needed to employ someone to handle the wholesale side of things, because the customer service, the packing, the postage, to get it bigger and grow it, like I couldn't do it myself. I was still working full time.
So you did the wholesale when you were renting a chair?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
I did it in my front room. Yeah, I did it in my front room. And that's when I was forgetting, like I'd be packing orders at night, and then I'm so forgetful. Like I'm the most forgetful person. And literally I'd be driving to work, and bear in mind, it'd be like 45-minute drive, and I'd be halfway there and I'd be like, fuck, I forgot the orders. And I'd have to like turn around, get the orders.
You're ADHD hard, obviously.
I know. I am. My whole family is.
Yeah.
And so then I just thought, you know what, I'm going to look. I actually had a client in my chair who, she owns a very well-known activewear brand in the whole of Australia now. And she's a long-term client of mine. And she was looking at a space down where we lived. And she said to me, oh, I found these units, and they're like, and then she told me the price, and I was like, Jesus Christ, like it was 110 square meters, and I think our one at the moment, the one we were in, was like 50 square meters, and it was the same price. And I was like, I'm just gonna go and look and see. And then that's when I just was like, right, I'm just gonna see if like I'd get money for a fit out. Like I'll just apply for this loan. Bear in mind, like I'd no money. Like I had a really good business, but I never had money. Like I've said it to you how many times. I had a really good business. It was really busy. I had 2 staff. Then I was renting chairs, but I never had any money because I was just spending it on shite, and just I wasn't.
When you started the wholesaling journey, take me there, because it's a really hard thing to do, especially I know that you're heavy on the quality control, and you're very heavy on like making sure that you know, you had great quality hair extensions and stuff like that. So where did you do that? How did you do that?
I just trialed and tested so much hair, like so much hair. I was just on Instagram, on Facebook, on Alibaba, on eBay, on everything, and literally would just buy random hair from everywhere and trial it and test it. My clientele had like a full year of free hair, and like some of them will even laugh now and say, remember when you put that hair on my head and it literally just like shriveled up after 2 days?
You were just testing it for so long.
Testing it for last year.
That's one of the things that people don't see about business either, is like, I remember when I was trying to change my clientele from sort of like tints and trims and that sort of thing to like creative colors, every single Friday for like a year, I did 3 colors, free hair, because I wanted content to be able to change over to that type of work. For you, it was about testing like the quality of products and making sure that you're getting the right thing. And people don't see that side of it, especially with manufacturing.
Yeah, and there wasn't like now, like you only have to open your Instagram and you have 50 DMs from factories saying like, try the hair. Yeah. Where like you never had that when I started. Like that was nearly 7 years ago. And like you literally, you wouldn't, I had to look for it myself, you know, like I have to actually get where now, if you really wanted to do it yourself now, you could just start a pretty average company and do it. Like
Yeah.
Like from when I started to how many wholesale little businesses there is in Perth now, like compared to when there's so many more, you know? So it's just
Yeah.
it's so accessible now. And people
I
aren't afraid to go to China now. Like I'm actually going to China in July.
I love that. I think something else you mentioned there was obviously you're getting it from the UK, which takes like fucking ever to get to Perth. Anything in Australia takes so long to get to Perth. So I love that you're just like, I need to have it in stock. I need to have it here. I don't want my clients waiting 2 weeks.
Yeah, and that was it. Like someone was be in the chair and say like, oh, I'd love to get extensions, and then I'd have a full wall of them, and I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, let's put them in, and they'd be like, oh my god, it's amazing. And like, that's, I think my whole business now is based on that.
And I love that it was like reading the market of Perth as well. First of all, you obviously love extensions. You love the transformation that makes for people, but you're also like, there's no one here doing what I need to do. Like there's no one here actually doing it. So I could bring this space. I
kind of fell into it as well. I didn't even like think of that. I was just getting messages from like a couple of random hairdressers that were seeing me use the extensions on my page. And they were like, oh my God, like, are you selling them? And then I was like, oh, maybe I could sell them. And then that's when I just.
The best ideas come from falling into things and like, or the best business from like falling into things and from reading the market. There was a market for it.
Yeah. How good for them. I don't think I ever understood how to read the market like back then. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh yeah, you can buy a bag of hair off me. And then I was like, oh fuck, I'll just make a website. Sell it on there. And then it did so well. Like it really did. For the first probably 4 years, it did amazing. Like it was growing and growing and growing and growing.
And so I love this because you speak so candidly about it, and I'm also very open about my financial situation as well, but you've been really honest about making good revenue but never having anything left over because you had no clue about numbers or anything like that. What was the wake-up call? What did you actually change?
Yeah, I had a phone call with you, doll. Once I was moving, like I had to put my big girl pants on. I was going to have full-time staff. I'd hired an apprentice. I'd hired a manager. So like the first fear of, typical hairdresser, oh my God, I'm hiring someone who's not actually going to make me any money on the floor. But then she made me money in so many other ways. So like breaking that cycle. And then, and then I was like, I actually love the numbers. I love the numbers. I love the data. I love to see the growth. Like I still use so many of your spreadsheets. I've got other ones from other business coaches I've used. Like I love the data. And I do feel like whenever I feel uncertain, I just look at the data and I know I'm like back to feeling okay,
It's fact. It's because it's grounding. You look at it and you're like, that is what it is. You can't change it. It's not a light. It's not a grey area. It's just black and white. I think you were so atypical of so many salon owners though, which is like, I'm busy. People love what I do. Busy salon, little bit of debt, things like that. But too much month at the end of my money.
Yeah, exactly. And just like not having a
floundering.
Not knowing where it was going. Like no budgets, like not knowing, like now it's so funny, it's so different now. But like now I have a team of 8, I think of 8 or 9. I'm like, it's people depend on you. I'm like, it's people's livelihood. You can't be messing around now and you got people's mouths to feed, you have to be switched on. So I think I'm not going to lie. I'm still very impulsive. Like I'm still spender, but like in a different way.
Same. Yeah.
It just depends on a pool now.
Same. I understand. I hear you loud and fucking clear. She's got no problem spending, but thankfully we're good at innovating and earning as well.
Yeah. I think I'm really good at making money. Like I'm really good at making money. And
so am I. If I need to pay for something, I'll find a way. So I love this. So you've gone from renting a chair, you're going into a salon, you started doing all the wholesaling and everything. Then we upsized to a fucking big joint.
Yeah.
Then you expand your wholesaling into the shop next door because there's not enough room. I remember that conversation too.
Yeah, well, that kind of was hand in hand with the hair loss. We'd had that conversation and you were kind of like, hang off. And then I did hang off. And then it wasn't until... because I actually had the conversation with Kirsten as well because I was working. She was like, like just stay where you are, and I was like, right, cool. They both told me to stay where I am, so just stay where the fuck you are, Megan. Don't do anything. So I stayed where I was, and then it wasn't until I started into the hair loss journey of things, and then that was when I was starting to do all these consults, and every question in the message was, "Do you have a private room? Like, do you have a private room?" And I was like, "I don't have a fucking private room." I was like,
So how do people find you for this? Because this is a whole new world. There is not many people that are doing this at all.
No, hopefully there'll be plenty more soon. But yeah.
Wow, when they come to you, absolutely. So Tell me about the hair loss things, because hair loss is always associated with men.
I know, it's crazy. You wouldn't
And I want
believe
to start there because that's not true. Talk about that. Talk about, where did that come from?
I think working with extensions for so many years, you get to a point where not that you know everything, because I would never say I love education. I always still do education to upskill myself. But I feel like you get to a point where, as you mature, you get to a point where you're kind of like, well, you need to do what's next. Like, what's the next solution to help people? And because I was maturing with my clientele, this is what we were coming up to. I was starting to get clients in menopause, the COVID jobs, skinny jobs, like all the stuff that was
Post baby, all of those things.
It was starting to happen, and I was like, I can't do anything for this, and I'm such a fixer, like I'm such a problem solver, that I was like, right.
That's why you're a great business person, because business is literally solving people's problems.
Yeah,
that's literally what we do.
Yeah, so I did a course, and then I kind of just put it to the side because it's very, when you start it, I started in mesh integration, and it's very technical. It's very hard to get, like, to really, you really have to practice it, like more than extensions, more than anything. And it's so intimidating working on people that literally have no hair. Like, they're so vulnerable, they're so emotional. Like, you don't want to make them even more bald. You're like, that was always my fear. Like, oh my God, what if she comes back and her hair's worse?
And that's a fair enough fear to these people who, especially if it's something they've had for a long time, where they've had to use all the right products and do all the things and take medications and try the pills and whatever. They're doing everything to keep hair. So then you can imagine the fear of, like, fuck, I'm attaching to something, to the few hairs that I have left.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is that? Yeah, that's a very rational fear.
Yeah, you've got to remember as well that they have tried it all. So they've tried it all and nothing's helped. So, like, they don't really care either. They're like, I'm here because nothing works. So you just do what you need to do to make me feel good. And that's what it is. And sometimes that's a hard conversation with them, because sometimes I have to make a decision that's not about them feeling good. It's about the health of their scalp, instead. So I have to be like, well, I know you want to feel good, but, you need to have a break because, your scalp's not happy. And they'll just look at you like, but I'm going,
you've just ripped my heart out of my chest.
Yeah, it's so hard. Yeah, so got into that, started doing that, and then that started getting busier. And my main recommendation was other hairdressers. Other hairdressers were sending me all their clients saying, I can't help them. You just go to this. Obviously the hair extension business. Yeah, and I love that. Like, I've got such an amazing connection with so many hairdressers around Australia. Like, I absolutely love, my wholesale business brought me so much of that, and I'm so grateful for it. And I just got so many people just constantly messaging. And I have on my form, like, how do you hear about us? And it'd be like, my hairdresser, my hairdresser, my hairdresser. And like, it's always the lovely ones that want their clients. Like, everybody wants their clients to be happy and helped. So it's nice that people were like, oh, I can't help you anymore. You need to come and see me.
I feel that that's changing a lot in the industry now. I feel that, maybe in the Savage era, as you said before, everyone was like, if you're not with me, you're against me. Like, everyone was fighting, everyone was competing. Now it is about that. Even with my own clients, like, if I feel that a different coach could help them more, I will send them that way after they're done with me. Like, I'm like, go to this person, they'll help you. I think it was you and a couple of others that were kind of like, hey, look, I've gone as far as I can, like, time to do the next thing. And I love what
I you for about 18 months, I think. So I feel like I was like, I can spread my wings now. And
I'm ready to go out of my... I don't think I've done my job if people need to stay with me for 10 years.
But I still do think sometimes I do miss the community. Sometimes I'm like, should I just go back in there just to see if there's any new spreadsheets and stuff that I could use?
Any new spreadsheets? You love a good spreadsheet. Yeah, we love a spreadsheet now. We love a spreadsheet now, and I love that I've converted you. It's good, just a freak in spreadsheets like me.
Yeah. I know.
So you're starting to do all these scalp things, all these hair loss things. Yeah, you then move this into, you've got your own private studio now, like a private hair loss clinic.
Yeah, so I actually fully came off the floor. I had to make a decision, and I was like, you're either going to be really good at this because you have to do it every single day, or you're just going to be taking it as like a side hustle. And I had the team at the time. I had quite a few, like my girls were younger at the time at this stage, so it was a bit of a risk, but I do feel like the team, like their training was really good, and they were like, they needed the responsibility to take on the clientele. So I just literally made a decision in the June, and we had started the new space, and it was going to be ready for the September. So I just said in the June, we sent out a big massive message just to say, look, Meghan's coming off the floor, unfortunately. Like, she's going to be full-time in hair loss. We're going to look after you. And like, It's funny because you're so scared sending that message, but like half of them don't reply, half of them don't care. Some of them are like, "Oh yeah, I meant to write back to you. Sorry, that's grand. Just pop me in with whoever." Or like, and then someone else will
Be
be
like,
like,
why don't you care more? Why aren't you?
some of them are like, some of them are like, "What? Like, you can't do that to me." And I'm like, "Okay."
No,
Like, a lot of them really didn't mind, and I was like, "Do you know what? If you're," and that's, I feel like that gave me such a good, because you take everything so personal, don't you, in your whole hairdressing career.
we're emotional. We're emotional
Feel like
people.
now
We work with people.
And I feel like now, since that, doing that move really showed me that like you are just their hairdresser as well. Like they will just go and get another hairdresser. Like,
Yeah.
as much as you say that sounds harsh, but like it is the truth. Like,
You know, I was in New York when I was about 24, and I was in this really big crossroads in my life in a horribly abusive relationship. And my business was doing okay, wasn't doing great. It's fun. And when I was in one of the hotels, I ran into a famous Australian hairdresser, and I was talking to her, and obviously she was like, "Oh my God, it's so nice to hear an Aussie accent. I've been here for ages." And we had dinner, and she said something to me, and she was like, "You know, your clients don't care about you. They will always care about them first." And that's something. So she's like, if you want to do the work, if you want to do the holidays, if you want to do the travel, if you want to go and do fashion week and take 2 weeks off, if you don't want to work those days, don't. Because she's like, at the end of the day, they'll just move on to someone else if they're not happy. And I was like, yes, the loyalty can be very one way in some of those instances as well. So I get that.
I think that now, but now with our hair loss clientele, like,
I feel like addicted to it.
like literally, like when I was having the baby, they were like, "What?
How dare you go and have a child, you selfish cow."
Who's going to do my hair?" Because there was no one else doing what I was doing, and they were like, "Who is going to do my hair?" And I understood. So I got.
How did you navigate that? Because you've got a 9-year-old. It's been a long time, and you've now got a 7-month-old as well. Maybe 8 or 9 months by the time this goes to air. But that's a big gap. But also, how did you navigate that? You're the only person in your salon that does hair loss. What happened?
Well, so a year before that funny story, I had a message in my DMs from somebody who asked me for a job, who was from the UK, and she was getting sponsored and she wasn't happy where she was. Anyway, I wasn't ready to take anyone on sponsor or anything, so I just kind of brushed it away and was like, "Oh, sorry, I'm not available." And then it wasn't until I was on Facebook, I seen a random Facebook message in a Facebook group, and someone was like, "I'm looking for a sponsorship. Like, I've done mesh integration, hair loss for 5 years. I'm really looking for like my salon home." And then I ended up just messaging her and being like, "Oh my God." When I went back onto
Are you
Instagram,
me? Like, are you me? You're coming over here and you want to do this?
I went back onto my Instagram messages, and she was the girl who I'd been messaging the year before. So I was like, "Oh my God." So she came in for an interview, and with me, lovely girl. And yeah, I took the risk and took on her sponsorship, and she has literally taken my full clientele on, and she
all my hairs. All my hairs just stood up with that, because I think like the timing is everything. Elle, who works for me, who you speak to about booking appointments and those sorts of things, we had chatted a year before, but I ended up taking an ex-staff member back on because I was like, look, it's just one less person I have to train. Like, I'm really sorry. And then it was almost a year later to the day that I was like, you know what? I'm ready to grow. I need someone new. And she came back in, and it's been like this beautiful relationship. And it just, that year earlier just was not the right timing. But now she's like the best person ever. So
like I wouldn't have been able to, and I was able to have a maternity leave. Like, I actually had maternity leave because she was there. Because the clients have to be in every 4 weeks. Like, there's no give or take with it. They're in 4 weeks. So like, it's a really strong reoccurring clientele, and we have about 40 clients that just get hair loss. And I was like, this is serious. Like, if I don't find someone, I was like, I'm gonna have to go back to work after 4 weeks. Like,
because you care about them.
Well, I just wouldn't leave them. Like, it's their whole life. Like, it's their whole life, and I just couldn't do that.
And so, are you back on the floor now?
No,
never.
No.
Done. Yay! So now you're just traveling all around the country training. Tell me about that.
And then, like, I'll go in and help her. Like, I go in and do. I love the design process of making the system. So I'll go in and do like the design appointment. There's 2 different appointments for it. So the first appointment is where we actually create the system. So we cast a mold of your head, pick your color, pick your scalp color, like everything. So I love doing that process.
That's something you don't think about either, actually, is making sure that you don't have this like bright white or really dark scalp on like a skin colored scalp. It's got to be the right thing. You don't think about the scalps. You just think about the hair.
Yeah, I'm going to do the scalp, build the hairline. You've got to do, there's so much to do in it, but it's amazing. Once it's done and when you see it come to life, it's absolutely phenomenal. And I think so. I trained her up in the
extremely
physical.
extremely transformative. I even see the videos that you put out of just like
Yeah.
your clients stand taller afterwards and like they just feel better and their whole face changes, and that must
and our
be the
age
most
bracket is
rewarding thing ever.
yeah, and our age bracket is like, from 22 to like 60s, 70s. Like it's not just an old person thing, like, which is crazy. So we
I
get
understand.
the girls that we know, they'll go back and start dating, or like they've got a boyfriend,
Yes.
they're confident and like just different things. So like it's
I
so
also
special.
think it's nice that that older people are also going into these sorts of things too, because I also think there's a delusion with any sort of hair product or hair extensions or something that it's kind of a younger person's thing and that they're meant to just, embrace whatever. And I don't think that's true. So I love that there's actually super young people that are like, I just have horrible hair, to like older people who've been through it, have had their own things going on that have created that and they feel confident to do that. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of
Everyone deserves to feel confident.
a lot of trick clients. We have a lot of trichotillomania clients. So like hair pulling disorders, like huge.
Yeah.
Oh my God, could not believe how many of them we have. Like that starts from an age of 9. So like usually between 8 and 9, that usually starts for people, and it's a mental health disorder. So like it's either some trauma, anxiety. So we've seen as young as 14 with that, like with young girls, which is super sad. So it's
And
definitely
so
like you have to be emotionally prepared to get into this industry. So I do definitely feel like I look at my younger girls, none of them want to step foot in my hair loss room. They're like, I am never going in there.
But I like what you said earlier about like you've matured with your clients as well.
They're not in that era. They're in their transformation era, doing their 22-inch extensions and like making all their clients blonde. And I'm in my like hugging my clients, like, I can help you put some hair on your head.
I love it. But isn't that so beautiful too? Because fuck, I remember I was the black and bleach blonde street queen back when I started to now, like, towards the end of my career doing a completely different thing as well. But I love that you've grown with them and you're growing up with them, and that's so nice too. So you've developed your own product, obviously, naturally, and you're now teaching other hairdressers and other salon owners how to do this in their own salons. And I just see you fucking flitting all over the world. Like, you're just bloody going everywhere. And it's just always different.
I can't. And I was like, I've got a 7-month-old. I'm like, I can't be going unless I'm bringing the whole fam. Then unless I'm bringing the whole fam for a holiday, I'll be disowned by my husband. He'll fucking have a heart attack if I tell him I'm going away again somewhere.
No, I love it. I love it. And so
it is.
So you just want to spread the word. You just want to help more people.
Yeah, there's a very fine line in the hair loss industry for ethical training, I feel. And there's a lot that goes with it. And there's a lot we're working with medical grade adhesive. So there is a lot that you need to know. There is a lot you need to be prepared for. And there's a lot of, this is such a new method that I just knew when I did my own training that I just felt like there was so many boxes left unticked. And then until I worked with those clients for like 16 months straight, and I came up with all these, like, they can get scalp brushes, they can lose more hair, like there's adhesive can come off, like there's so much that can happen. And you don't get, I didn't get taught any of that. And I thought, no, being who I am, I thought I need to bring out like a really high standard of training for this to make it, people don't experience these issues and they have support. Like, because I didn't have anyone. I've got like one friend in the UK who I speak to, and I'm like, help.
I love that you mentioned too that you were so poorly trained when you were coming up through the ranks. It sounded like your first job here was also a bit of a like fast-paced chop shop, which is your vibe, where you got no additional training. So is that where the passion for training and like really quality education started?
I reckon so. Like, I feel like I just always want to help other stylists probably not feel that way, So like we have our academy, but like I've trained, I think about over 500 hairdressers now in extensions.
Amazing.
Yeah, I've got my online mesh integration course, and then I've just put my Skalp360 online course, and I put it online more than anything just because of with the baby, and at least I'll be able to help people that way. But
I love that though.
Education.
We've got clients in Northern Territory and rural Western Australia and fucking bumfucking New Zealand. And you know what? We can reach them because they're online.
Yes.
It's actually an incredible time we live in. And I love that you can do that. But then I also love that they can come and workshop with you, or when you travel there, they can come to your, whatever. I think it's amazing.
I think I had a little moment the other day at my salon as well, because I never really wanted to take apprentices on, and now like my whole salon is based off apprentices, and my biggest earners are my apprentices, like they are full stylists, they're in their prime, they're smashing their commission.
I love it.
I love it too.
I was always apprentice heavy. I love it. It's so good.
like my two long-term apprentices, they have now actually fully taken over my hair extension academy, and now they're doing all the weft training and the keratin bond training because that's just where I'm at. So I was like,
wow.
so
And
I
I
do
think
feel like the salon is like, it is an education vibe, you know, like it's built on education.
I think that it's like so beautiful. Like I learned that's where our strength was training people to be amazing hairdressers and also growing people's careers. And I think that's so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Look, naturally, and I'm sure most people can expect this from this conversation, but you said you've run yourself literally into the ground with burnout a couple of times, and same. What does burnout actually look like for you? And I guess like how have you gotten yourself out of that? Because there's probably a lot of people sitting here going, how the fuck does she do it? 2 kids, husband, multiple businesses. Like, take me through that.
Like, sometimes I wouldn't do it. Like, that's the thing. Like, you do miss some balls. Like, you can't be doing it all. Like, I'd get to the point where, like, I wouldn't leave the house. Like, I wouldn't want to socialise at all. I'd just be like, nah, like, I've nothing left in the tank to do anything. So, like, instead of taking my son out somewhere, I would just, like I said, I would just sit on the couch and watch telly and, like, which is fine sometimes, but like it was getting into like bad habits like that. Or, you know, my diet was really bad. I'd be eating shit, feeling like shit. I wouldn't be sleeping properly. I'd be staying up at night.
Diet is so huge, and so is sleep, hey?
We're like now, obviously having a 7-month-old has changed a bit, but now like just making sure that you go to the gym and making sure that you go for a walk, or, you know, making sure you are switched off from your phone for a certain amount of time at least. You know, and being present with my kids. Like, that's the biggest thing for me now is being present with the kids.
Love
like,
it.
Because you have to be. Like, they see you on your phone all the time. And, like, Keelan knows that I work. But when I'm with him, then it's like I'm with him. And sometimes I'm still working on that now, if I'm totally honest. Like, that's not perfect. Do you know what I mean?
I think you're always a work in progress, right? I know it sounds really cliche, but like we're the same. Like we've got the, you know, I guess the luxury of being child free at the moment. So for us, we make time for each other. We go on date nights. We do all the things. We know there's going to be seasons of life where that's not going to be possible, and there's going to be seasons of life where you've got other things going on. We're also the type of people, much like you, where it's like, because I know you'd be like me with this too, ADHD queen, which is like when you've got an idea in your head, it must be executed in full right now. And so it's like I have seasons where I'm like, don't fucking talk to me for 2 days. Like,
yeah, literally. And Paul's also at the start of his business with his brother, so he's kind of like, I need to get that invoice sent out now. I need to do this now, and I'm like,
get them all they're hot.
We can do it. But then I let him, like, because I know that's what he needs to do as well. So I'm like, right.
Yes.
Like, we're going through this era, so then I have to be mindful, because I'm like, if we're both on our phones constantly all the time doing business stuff, like, who's looking after the kids? We do have I bring like my parents are here for 4 months, so like
how amazing.
Yeah, massively. And then his mom comes as well at least once a year, so we make
That's
sure.
So nice.
Yeah, that's good.
And you've been with Paulie for 16 years, so for a 36-year-old, that is a very, very long time. Yeah, I love it.
Crazy.
It's so beautiful. So you're Irish.
Yeah.
And where is he from?
Liverpool.
Yeah, that's why you said he's a Scouse. Got it now. And in the throes of having a new baby, you've both also got, obviously you've started this new, you know, part of your business or extension of your business. Yeah. He's new to business as well. What does the division of labor look like, and what does the household look like when you guys do that? Are you just surviving, or like what is the
like? This was one of the reasons why I shut the wholesale down, because I just thought I can't be doing it all. Like I need to like free that time up somewhere.
Something's got to go.
Yeah, like so I was so at peace doing that. I was just like, all good. Like we need to let something go. We just work really well. Like we just have to be. Like Paul, I don't know, like my mum would be like, Paul's such a good, like he's so great in the kitchen, and I'm like, because he has to know how to change the bed, he has to know how to clean the toilet, he has to know how to make the dinners. I was like, because if he doesn't do it and I'm at work, there's no one else to do it. I'm like, we lived without our family for literally 14 years in Australia, so like we have to do things together. So we just tag team. And I feel like probably the last few months though, with the big transitions with work and stuff, we were just like, take the baby, I'm going to work.
Just hurling the children at each other like, go.
But like, I'm like, no, it's only for, so now what I actually said to him, we built our house the same time you built your house.
Yes, yes.
Like that was a big
so like as if that's not enough too, you have a child and then you also have a new house as well and everything.
Yeah, we moved in when I was 6 months pregnant, so it's just like, and we still don't have a back garden, so like we're still waiting to do our pool and all the stuff, as you know, and I think like we're like, we just need to work a little bit harder, and then next year we'll be good because we'll have our garden done, and then because we are such home people, and once we have our garden the way it is, we won't leave.
Yeah, it's such a funny thing, you know, like just how that perception changes as well. Like we're both very happy just being at home in the house. Sometimes we don't even have to be in the same room as each other, but we're just like happy just being. And I think that's so nice when you can create a beautiful family home for yourself, for your children, for your partner, and you just like being there. It will get better when you have a backyard, I promise.
It's like, we're never leaving. He's like, once that's done, we're never leaving. So I'm already talking to him about, I'd love us if we got like a bit of land and we could have some chickens. And he's like, we're never leaving this house.
Yeah.
When talking about fucking years, he's just like, looking at me like, just enjoy the house we're in. I'm like,
I'm already like, I want to be closer to the beach. Next time I would do this. Cam's like, it hasn't even been a year. No.
I know. It's bad. No, I'm really looking forward to once that guy, I said to him, next summer will be our summer. But I said to him there the other day as well, I said, we need to go on a holiday, just the four of us, even if it's down south for a few days. We just need to do something where we just both are just away with the kids and we just have that time. Because don't get me wrong, like Keelan gets to go everywhere, you know, like we work hard so we can help, like, so he can do the things he can do. And I think, like, you know, there's always this misconception as well. And I do get mom guilt, but like people do think as well sometimes, oh, you know, like you're working so hard, but you're not spending your time with your kids. And it's like, I feel like we've done what we've done, and like now we're in a good position where we can really have them times, you know.
Yeah.
And like that, like Keelan doesn't go to daycare. He gets picked up. I pick him up from school every day. Sonny doesn't go to daycare. Like I've put all those things in place so that I am present at home. I don't work weekends. Like, so we're with the kids all the time.
And I mean, like, look, I had a really hardworking dad. During the week, we didn't see him at all, except for maybe half an hour at dinner, and then he'd go straight to bed. And you know what? I have nothing but respect for the hard work that he created. I hate when people say that. It's like women can't win, right? Because if you're a woman who has a job, you neglect your child. But if you're a woman who stays at home, you're a gold digger. And like, there's just no, you know, and I think that's awesome.
My best friend is actually a counsellor, and I was on the phone to her, and then a few days before I went to Melbourne, there was so much prep to do for the education. I just felt like I hadn't seen the kids, and my mum and dad were here, so like I knew I'd had that help anyway. But I was on the phone to her and I said, oh my God, I feel like such a shit mom. Like, I just feel like I'm doing, like, Sonny's only 7 months and I'm going away for 2 days. Like, what am I doing? She went, don't ever apologize for making a living for your family. She's like, you're literally going out there to do something amazing for your family. She's like, they're not going to remember you not being here for them 2 days. They're going to remember the amazing holiday you take them on, you know, like, at the time you spend with them at home on the weekend. And that just sank with me. And I was like, yeah, no, you're right. Like, you can just fall into that hole of
And I think too, I liked what you said earlier, because we're doing the same thing at the moment. We're both just in a bit of a hustle at the moment. We're in a growth phase and a hustle. So Cam's working a second job at the moment. I'm working really hard in my business. I know you said you guys are doing that as well. And it's like, you know, we've got a new fucking mortgage. We've still got shit we've got to do around our house. We've got stuff we've got to do. So for now, we're bunkering down, and there will be a season where we get to peel back and just enjoy and like just enjoy the fruits of our labor.
Yeah.
You know,
well, we're doing that because my mum and dad are here for 4 months as well. So like, to me, that's like this is where I get everything done so that I can have that season. And I have my manager who's been with me from the start is about to have her own little baby. So we've had to do a whole 360 and have a whole transition.
What do you mean she's having maternity leave? Because no, she is.
Like, I'm so happy for her. She's going into her chapter of motherhood, and I'm just like,
so beautiful.
We built it together. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm happy, but I'm sad.
No, I love that. I really, really do love that. And I love that you're taking a break. Cam and I we went 18 months without a holiday, which was why I got to the end of last year and I was like, we're going to the Maldives, we're going to Singapore. I'm like, I need to turn my brain off for like, we only went for 10 days. It wasn't a long holiday. And I was like, I just need to turn my fucking brain off and go somewhere else. And we're going on a long weekend in a couple of weeks. And it's just nice to get away with your little family.
Yeah, but I'm like planting the seed the other day. I was like to Palm, just be prepared. I'm probably just going to book something really spontaneously. Not now the country. I was like, we can go somewhere here. And
WA is so big.
Yeah. He was just like, pay for our pill. And I was like, I know. Like, we can just have a little I know, like some made pill with like all the specs. So you know,
I love it. We live in Apple. We love it. I'm so happy that it's like one of my favorite things that we decided to do for our house too. And like we got a concrete plungie, and it's just the fucking best. You'll use it so much in a WA summer. You will live in it.
Yeah.
Especially with the
And
little ones.
like it's just it's one of those things I think as well. Sometimes you have to be spontaneous. Like, why do we work? Why do we work so hard if we can't spontaneously just go away for a weekend? Like, what is the point?
100%. 100% agree. I've loved this. I think you're amazing. I love watching you from across the other side over there. I love keeping up with your life. I do often wonder how the fuck you do everything that you do, but this has clarified so much for me. And I love
drink a lot of wine.
Same. Here. Fucking here. I love it.
I drink a lot of wine and I have a lot of reflexology.
I love it so much. And like, what's a piece of advice you would give to someone who's, wanting to go into the business world, wanting to start a career in hairdressing, anything like that? What would you tell them?
I would tell them to work hard and always be one step ahead. And if you don't ask, you don't get. So always put your hand up first. Do the out of work hours fashion night, or go and, assist your manager, assist your boss on a photo shoot, because you're going to learn so much. And I feel like that's my biggest thing with my girls. I'm always like, I need somebody who's going to put their hand up. I always say the 3 things when they're coming to work for me. I'll be disappointed if they don't have that passion. I say passion. I'm in this industry 20 years and I still have the same passion. Education, and also social media, because that is a massive part of the world we are in now. So I'm like, if you don't have those 3 things when you come to work here, and like, not social media in the way of on camera every day, but like, I want you to be proud of what you do and I want you to show it off to the world.
Yes.
So like, those 3 things are like my non-negotiables when I take people on. So I feel like it works really well, because then the expectation is there. So, because I'll be like, oh my God, I'm doing a photo shoot. I want my staff to be like, oh, that's amazing. Like, I'll come and help and record or do something for you. And, and they do.
The hungry ones do the best, the ones that are hungry for it. I reckon they're the ones that are the most successful. They're the ones that succeed. The ones that are hungry and just like, teach me everything, put me in that environment. Fuck, I flew myself across the world to go and do fashion weeks just to be in that environment.
Like, look,
all my costs when I had no money, I found the money.
And they're the things you have to do. And like, I have a mature apprentice now. She's 24, and her growth in the past 6 months has been trying to get her to come for a team building day on a Monday because she's going to miss TAFE. She's like, absolutely not. I'm like, we've got an in-house education. You're still going to learn. She's like, okay.
Absolutely.
Like, you have to have and you have to work hard. I'm sorry, things don't.
Yeah, you do. I really love that. I've spoken about this in many podcasts of mine as well, where it's just like, I'm sorry, but when you are young, fit, healthy, uncommitted, go and execute, go and get amongst it, like, go and learn, go and be a part of that, because there does come a different seasons of life, like what you're experiencing now, where you've got children and other things going on. Different season of life for us too. I have no fucking energy anymore. I'm getting older. Like, it happens.
I think I've watched the girls like from their young age. Like, some of them were with me from like 18, and they're now in like this other stage of life. And I'm like, I've watched them grow as hairdressers, not only hairdressers, we've watched them grow as women. And you're like, oh, because they've had,
I'm so proud,
us to support them. Like, they've had that ear to say, no, look, like, if they need advice on something, like, we help shape who they are. And I think that's like the biggest thing for me. I'm like, oh my God.
It's so rewarding, isn't it? Yeah. So if anyone wants to come and learn about hair loss, if someone wants to connect with you, where do they find you?
They can come to my Instagram, which is Meghan_Plushlocks. And then we've got the Salon page if they want to see the Salon, which is Plushlocks Salon. And that's really.
And Skalp360.
Oh, sorry.
And SKALP360, isn't it?
Yeah, SKALP, that's it.
Don't forget that one. It's the new one.
Well, that's the new page, yeah. So, there's a lot going on. That's what I mean. I'm like, we used to have 4 Instagrams. I'm like, Jesus Christ. 4 Instagrams, 4 TikToks, just too much.
Exhausting and amazing, and I can't believe you do it all. Meghan, thank you so much. I fucking love you. I think you're such a great vibe. I love that you're always innovating and doing the next thing, but I love that you execute things so well, that you see things through, you do things, and I love that you just balance it all. I think you're amazing.
Oh, and I think you're amazing. I wouldn't be where I am if it hasn't for your help too, doll. So,
Thank you.
I appreciate you too. Definitely got me in the straight and narrow back in the day.
It's amazing. Thank you so much, beauty.
Speak to you soon.